It's a tiny island, smaller than New York. It has no natural resources, no oil, no gold, not even fresh water. Yet, it is one of the richest nations on Earth. How? Location is key. Singapore sits at the tip of the Strait of Malacca. It's the world's Tollbooth. Every tank of gas in Japan, every iPhone in Europe, and every Nike shoe in America likely passed through this narrow strip of water. But what if someone decided to bypass this toll booth? There is a plan, a massive $28 billion plan, to slice the entire country of Thailand in two, to dig a new ocean, like the Canal in Panama. If this canal is built, it will rewrite the global map. It will save billions of dollars in shipping costs, and it might just send the economy of Singapore to the bottom of the ocean. Welcome to Beyond the Map. Welcome to the Thai Canal. To understand why this massive project is so incredibly dangerous, you have to look at the fatal flaw in our global system. The Strait of Malacca is the literal jugular vein of the entire world economy. 40% of all global trade violently funnels through here every single year. We're talking about 16 million barrels of oil moving every single day. But this massive strait is a logistical nightmare. It's 500 miles long, but at its absolute narrowest choke point, the Phillips Channel, it is only 1.7 miles wide. That is significantly narrower than some rivers. The heavy shipping traffic here is so unbelievably dense that massive container ships frequently collide in the dark. And because these billion-dollar ships are forced to slow down to a crawl, they become giant floating targets. This is one of the most heavily pirate-infested bodies of water on the entire planet. But the real terrifying fear isn't just pirates. It's a global war. The massive superpower of China secretly calls this the Malacca Dilemma. A staggering 80% of China's entire oil supply slowly passes through this tiny, fragile gap. If the US Navy were to violently blockade this narrow strait during a major global conflict, China's massive economy would completely starve to death in just a few weeks. They are completely trapped. So, China desperately needs a backdoor. They need an escape route. The ultimate solution lies exactly 700 miles to the north, the Isthmus of Kra. This is the absolute narrowest part of the entire Thai peninsula. It's only 44 kilometers wide. For over 300 years, wealthy Thai kings have desperately dreamed of digging a massive hole right here. In 1677, a brilliant French engineer looked at the dense jungle and declared it 100% impossible. But today, we have the heavy industrial technology to play God. The plan is to violently carve a new canal 100 kilometers long, 400 meters wide, and 25 meters deep. It would be a massive two-lane aquatic superhighway designed for the largest, heaviest cargo ships in human existence. Ships that are currently way too massive to even fit through the Panama Canal. This super trench would instantly cut 1,200 kilometers off of the journey. It would save 3 entire days of travel time, and in the ruthless shipping world, 3 days equals tens of millions of dollars in saved fuel per single trip. But the physical engineering challenge is absolutely brutal. Unlike the famous Panama Canal, which uses complex water locks to slowly lift ships over the mountains, the Thai Canal would likely be a massive sea-level trench. That means violently digging straight through the solid, central mountain spine of Thailand. We're talking about ripping out billions of tons of solid earth. It would easily require the absolute largest physical excavation in the history of human civilization. But moving the dirt isn't the real problem. The terrifying problem is the people living directly on top of it. So, who exactly pays for a massive $30 billion ditch? Thailand? Absolutely not. The unbelievable mountain of cash and the intense political pressure is coming directly from China as the ultimate crown jewel of their massive Belt and Road initiative. For the powerful government in Beijing, this isn't just about saving a few $1 million on shipping costs. It's about absolute national survival and global dominance. A massive canal right here instantly shatters the American military encirclement. It completely removes the terrifying choke point. If a global conflict violently erupts, the Chinese economy will no longer be trapped like rats in a cage by hostile foreign naval fleets. It instantly gives the heavily armed Chinese Navy direct, high-speed access to the Indian Ocean, completely bypassing the massive, heavily fortified US military bases stationed in Singapore and the Philippines. It instantly transformed Thailand into the single most powerful and heavily guarded logistics hub in all of Asia. Massive Chinese state-owned engineering companies have already secretly conducted the heavy multi-million-dollar feasibility studies. They have the unlimited budget. They have the massive nuclear-powered dredgers. They are 100% ready to aggressively start digging tomorrow. But there's one massive, extremely wealthy country that is doing absolutely everything in its immense diplomatic power to permanently stop them from ever breaking new ground. Singapore is terrified. They know that this massive canal is an absolute existential threat to their entire survival. Currently, thousands of massive cargo ships are forced to stop in Singapore to refuel, heavily repair, and transfer billions of dollars in cargo. It is universally known as the port of the world. But if this massive Thai canal actually opens, Singapore instantly becomes a useless cul-de-sac, a total dead end. Why on earth would a massive cargo ship travelling from Europe to China sail hundreds of miles out of the way, all the way south to Singapore, when it can just slice straight through Thailand? Top economic estimates suggest Singapore could instantly lose 30% of its massive shipping traffic overnight. For a tiny island economy built 100% on global logistics, that is a catastrophic, nation-destroying event. It would be exactly like building a massive, high-speed interstate highway that completely bypasses small-town gas stations. Gas stations would instantly die. The global diplomats frequently whisper that both Singapore and the United States have been quietly, heavily pressuring Thailand to permanently delay this massive project for decades. They are fiercely fighting a hidden diplomatic war to keep the massive Tollbooth exactly where it is. And, tragically, they have a very convenient, incredibly violent excuse to use to stop the digging. Thailand has a dark, violent secret. The deeply southern provinces of the country, exactly where this massive canal would be violently carved into the earth, are an active, bloody war zone. For decades, heavily armed Muslim separatists have been violently fighting a brutal insurgency against the central Thai government. It is a deeply divided kingdom. If you violently dig a massive 100-kilometre trench filled with deep ocean water straight across a narrow neck of the country, you are literally physically separating the rebellious southern provinces from the rest of the entire nation. Top geopolitical critics fiercely argue the massive canal would instantly become a hard, highly symbolic border. It could easily lead to the permanent, violent loss of southern Thailand entirely. The massive trench would literally slice the nation's identity in half. The Thai government is absolutely terrified that this massive infrastructure project won't just bring billions of dollars in Chinese shipping money. They are terrified that it will instantly trigger a massive, uncontrollable civil war that destroys the country from the inside out. They're trapped between the promise of infinite wealth and the terrifying reality of a fractured nation. So, for right now, the incredibly narrow Isthmus of Kra remains a quiet, untouched strip of dense green jungle. Wild elephants peacefully walk exactly where massive nuclear-powered supertankers might one day sail. The $30 billion project is officially labelled as on hold. But in the ruthless high-stakes world of geopolitics, absolutely nothing is ever truly dead. As China's separate, unending need for global energy security rapidly grows, the intense political pressure to finally dig the trench will heavily increase. The massive blueprints are fully drawn. The giant excavators are patiently waiting in the dark for the signal. It is a massive project that makes absolutely perfect economic sense, but terrifyingly terrible political sense. And usually, when the stakes are this high and billions of dollars are on the table, in the end, the massive mountain of money always wins. Do you think they'll ever actually build it? And should Singapore be terrified that their entire economy is on the brink of total collapse? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. Beyond the map. Thanks for watching.